a fascist, a parasite, the C-word, and a pretty nice girl who doesn't have a lot to say. Songwriters called the queen many things during the 70 years of her reign, but were those insults really aimed at her as a person? Regardless of what we think of the monarchy, as a historical figure, the queen pretty much embodies a century of history. Her regency also saw mass media and pop culture starting to transform society. And as the ruling monarch in a constitutional monarchy, she crystallized the anger and frustrations resulting from social inequalities. In 1977, when the Sex Pistols called the monarchy a fascist regime with their song God Save the Queen, it provoked a scandal and the song was banned. But when Slow Tie threw a grade A insult at Her Majesty in Nothing Great About Britain in 2019, no one bat an eye. In the Smiths song The Queen is Dead from 1986, Morrissey imagined weird private conversations with the Queen. So I broke into the palace with a sponge and a rusty spanner. She said, I know, and you cannot sing. I said, that's nothing. You should hear me play the piano. Many other songs imagine the queen's tragic and sometimes a comic shadow life as a private person. Pop culture tapped into the public's desire to imagine the real person behind the unfathomable royal figure. And that's for a reason. After all, she devoted herself to being the guardian of century-old traditions that asked of her to fulfill the role of dehumanizing neutrality. That's probably what made the Sex Pistols say that she's not a human being. And indeed, the monarchy is somewhat of a metaphysical concept. So, none of the partly misogynistic insults or the criticism is really addressed at Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor. All protest songs are aimed at symbols of the British state and at the system of absolute regency that she personifies.